Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Who doesn't love a good smoky burnout? I don't care what kind of car you have, it doesn't matter, but as soon as those tires break loose a little bit, it either makes a little bit of sound or it goes around once or twice, makes a little bit of smoke. For some reason, it brings a smile to your face. I know it does for me, and it probably does for you too. So let's go ahead and get me to 1,000 subscribers, because we're going to do a smoky brake stand burnout and stand here until the tires blow. So let's go ahead and get to 1,000 subscribers. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, we are going to be prepping the S-10 Xtreme for our pieces to come back from the body shop. Hope you're as excited as I am. But before we get too far into that, please hit that subscription button, the notification bell if that's your thing, and give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. All that stuff is so helpful and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. So let's get on with it. While I was at the body shop the other day tearing down on the 40, we actually got a bunch of stuff done, well, all of the body work basically for the body kit for the Xtreme, and that you're going to be seeing in another video coming up, just due to the fact I want to kind of put that whole thing together, and it's going to cover a couple of days or like a week or two, so forgive me for that. But while I was there, we got the body work done. And if you remember from a previous video, we took the side skirt off of the passenger side just so that we could have a template or a reference as far as overall length, make sure our holes lined up depending on where we had to cut and paste basically. So we got all of that stuff taken care of. I ended up bringing this piece back, so we're going to go ahead and put that on, and then we're going to prep the driver's side for the fender flare and the other side skirt when we go and get that, and hopefully that will be in a few days. Fingers crossed. Things happen, you know, it's a crazy world right now, so things can definitely change at the drop of a hat. So let's go ahead and put this thing on and get going. Should look much better. It's actually a relief having that piece on again, because those things are so dang hard to find, as you can tell by the effort I'm having to go through to get the driver's side one repaired. So I'm glad it's on. It's a relief. I know nothing's gonna happen to it now, thank goodness. Let's take a peek at the driver's side here, and I'll show you what we're going to have to do for prep work. So when we got this fender flare off, we're obviously going to have to clean this up here, but this double stick tape we're going to have to get off, and we got a few things in mind for that. So we're going to clean that up and get that stuff off so we're ready to go. Then I'm gonna have to do a little metal fab, little metal work here. As you can see, that buckled up when we got in that accident. I'm gonna have to pound down this little corner, bend this back, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna want to bend this piece back down the way it was, kind of take care of things. Look at, you can still see the scraping in the wheel well from when the tire separated, I guess. That's crazy. Alright, so first off, we're gonna just take a wet rag. Call me, people. Okay, so what we have to do is get this excess of tape off of here, and that might take quite a while. I'm going to try a little wooden shim, soft enough. I can kind of scrape with it, maybe loosen up the glue without damaging the paint. This seems to really work nicely. Basically what I want to do is get the thick stuff off, and then we're going to come back with a solvent and get the sticky residue. Basically doing is just kind of catching an edge of it and just trying to roll it back up onto itself, and that really seems to be working well. So what we're going to be using is Acrosol, and it's basically just a solvent. It's going to dry super fast. It's not going to wreck the paint. I shouldn't say it's going to dry super fast. It's going to evaporate basically, and that's going to be what we want for this application. So we just want to remove the glue and get the surface ready to accept the new tape. I am using a rag with a little bit of a bite to it. Don't know if it's going to be enough. take care of that tomorrow because it's getting late. I'm getting tired. I got to work in the morning, so I'm going to come back tomorrow night after work, take care of that little section. Well, it's the next day, and we're going to be doing this in the garage because it's a heck of a lot windier today than it was yesterday. So I'm going to save you guys some of that wind noise, and we're just going to take care of it here in the garage. Now, we're just going to be working on this tab, and I don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad. I think it looks worse than it is. A few little tweaks and we'll have it. Now, I am not a body person. I don't do this normally, nor really ever. So I don't have maybe the proper tools for this type of situation. So I'm gonna have to use, well, what I have. So after going through the toolbox, this is what we found. Vice grips. Side cutter plier. That's what we got to work with. I kind of think we'll be able to get by though. So after a little dinging around, we pretty much have our bracket bent back the way we need it. And, you know, there's still a little bubble here, and the pliers and stuff wasn't deep enough to get that, but I think we're gonna be okay as long as we're straight. Our bend is a little tough to get this rolled back to where it needed to be, but my big concern is gonna be this hole here. As you can see, the next one, it's kind of in the center. I kind of tried to center this because it was all deformed in this corner, so I kind of had to roll it, but I don't have, you know, anything but a pliers, so that's how that turned out. But I want to make sure, you know, that lines up so that when we put it on, it's not pulling it too far underneath in the front corner here. We want it to look nice and straight all the way across, you know, a nice and level line, not wavy and funky. So I might have to do a little dinging around there again. I am going to be going to the body shop tomorrow to check on the 40. I know the parts for this are painted. I got a picture sent to me actually just a little while ago, so hopefully they're dry enough for me to take. I might not be able to put them on right away because it's fresh paint. I don't want to wreck them, so I might hold off, but at least they'll be here and I can put them in the back of the box or something.